You're listening to the Wall Street Ledger. Welcome to all of our listeners. Our featured company is Canuc Resources. Canuc Resources currently traded shares on the Toronto Venture Exchange on the ticker CDA, as well over-the-counter bulletin board ticker CNUCF. Joining us today to speak a little bit more about the company and give us more updates is Mr. Chris Berlin. He's the president and CEO. Chris, thank you for joining us again here at the Wall Street Ledger.
Thank you, Nicholas. Great to be here.
Awesome. So give us an update on San Javier. It's been a couple months. Like, what's going on with the projects and what's been up to date that you can give us?
Okay, so San Javier, thanks, Nicholas. There's three companies in this. It's kind of burgeoning into a mining camp. There's three companies there. There's Barksdale Resources, ticker symbol BRO. There's Osisko Developments, and then we kind of have claims that are between the two and then to the north of the trend. The largest claim holder there is Barksdale is Osisko Developments, and then followed by Barksdale. And we've got claims between the two and to the north. It's so Barksdale's announced earlier this year some very good numbers in copper, 1.48%, 15 meters at Cerro Verde. They've announced that they're doing metallurgical test work for their deposit there, and that their acid-soluble coppers are recovering 77 to 93%. So that's very good. And they've announced that they're calculating a resource on that Cerro Verde asset, copper with gold, significant copper, some very good, nice copper numbers with obviously gold credits to it. So to the east there is Osisko. And they've also recently announced resource numbers for their deposits there. Sapuchi, they've got several deposits. One is called Sapuchi, Golfo de Oro, California is another, and Calvati, I think, and High Life. But anyways, they've got this Sapuchi seems to have about 580,000 ounces indicated and another 540,000 in inferred. So over 1 million ounces already in resource category, 1.2 grams. And they talk about the Sapuchi Cerro Verde trend. So Sapuchi's on the east, which is Osisko Developments, to the east of us at San Javier, and Cerro Verde is to the west is Barksdale, and so they talk about this trend, Sapuchi to Cerro Verde. So there's copper, gold, several deposits in that trend. We have some claims that kind of come through there, and then a significant block kind of mushrooming to the north of that trend. And that's where we're finding silver. So we've got very high silver numbers. Both those companies reporting copper and gold, some marginal silver numbers, it seems, with Osisko, but the preponderance of metal inventory for us seems to be with silver. So we think, our geological interpretation is that we're silver part of this IOCG system. We have silver and magnetite veins. We've got some very large magnetic anomalies. We've got several silver, anomalies and anomalous silver assays from very high numbers in the vein system that we have there. So our interpretation of this IOCG environment is that Cerro Verde trend is copper gold, and into the northern part where that we've got seems to be the silver component of that trend. So there's a lot going on at San Javier. It's a mining camp. Proceeding quickly towards production with the Osisko, and resource inventories and calculations with Barksdale there.
What key highlights or news that we can keep an eye out in the next quarter for Canuc?
In the next quarter, we've got more than 1,000 samples that are in the lab. We've got results coming back now, so we're going to see that. We're going to see further evidence, I think, of gold and copper in that trend, where our claim position matches that Sapuchi to Cerro Verde trend. We're going to see more evidence of silver in the north, The one advantage of all participants at San Javier is that we have other projects. Barksdale has other projects, so does Osisko. And ours is natural gas. And we have natural gas in Texas that we rely on for cash flow. That's robust cash flow. There's pipelines on our property. We've got 8 producing wells, and we're lots of potential in-field to have further wells and for more productive zones behind pipe. Natural gas prices have tripled in the U.S. this year. So, we're nurturing, developing, and expanding that cash flow at this point. You'll see more of that also in the next quarter.
Yep. And we'll surely keep an eye out here at the ledger. With that being said, what plans are in place to really improve and increase shareholding value in this current climate that we're in?
First and foremost, limit the issuance of shares by developing and relying on and nurturing our cash flow, which, so that the natural gas and in particular, but also oil, there's some, we have some cash flow from oil in these very low political risk, 8 producing wells in West Texas, and we're expanding that activity so that we can control the issuance of shares. We also have significantly enhanced our understanding at San Javier. Ultimately, we feel it's the IOCG system that we're the silver component, the silver part of that very large system, and so we're doing groundwork and mapping structural analysis that provides us with further confirmation and the kind of information that we need to be able to carry out highly value accretive exploration on that project, on the San Javier, on our claims of the San Javier project over time. So at this point in time, we're developing and nurturing our cash flow and continuing to conduct exploration at San Javier with that cash flow with a view to kind of controlling the issuance of treasury shares in a depressed mining environment.
So the company seems well positioned to take the tide and really weather what's going on here. Chris Burley, thank you for joining us here at the Wall Street Ledger. We wish you and the company future success.
Thank you, Nicholas. Have a great summer.
You too. Chris Burley, President and CEO at Canuc Resources. Canuc Resources currently traded shares on the Toronto Venture Exchange on the ticker CDA, as well over-the-counter bulletin board ticker CNUCF. Thank you for joining us.